I want to quickly introduce our speakers for the evening. We have a small fireside chat. Jonathan is a VP at GMG, leading the transformation of the sports division to digital strategies. The sharp focus on AI, ML, and data driven decision making, he focuses on e commerce performance and customer engagement. A true innovator and a proud cat dad, Jonathan also has a hidden talent. He's a racing driver. Personally, as a Formula One fan, I was intrigued when I found out. Welcome, Jonathan. And everyone here knows Dharmender, a true champion of retail remix from day one. He's recently joined Find as Managing Director MEA at Find. With a track record of leading major brands like Flipkart, CureFit, Mum's World, Raymond, Carter's, and US Polo Assassination, he excels in consumer insights, data driven decision making, and building high performance teams for sustainable growth. Adding to his list of achievements, just last night, he won the Innovation in Digital and AI Marketing Leader of the Year award. Congratulations, Dharmender, and welcome again. Over to you.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. I think it's very difficult to match Kritika's energy up, but some things in common. I think while that introduction was really good, I just realized today that both Jonathan and I worked for Mum's World together at different times in our lives, but here we are today, a few years later. Today, Jonathan's been kind to give us time to talk about how retail is evolving, essentially from a unified commerce perspective. So how e-commerce is evolving faster than ever before, but how stores are also catching up in that journey. So essentially, Jonathan, in your experience, you've done so many wide roles. How are you seeing the next 5 years placed from an e-commerce perspective? What are going to be maybe top 3 trends that you are adopting to, and any suggestions that you have for the team?
Good evening, first of all. So it's a wide question. So let's assume online sales more than just e-com that can be associated to just a .com trading point of view. So the trend is the ever-growing space of marketplaces, I have to say, and that landscape itself is changing. It's following the trend of Amazon in America with less wholesales and more marketplace operators per se, because of course those big marketplace actors don't want to bear the cost of getting the product, storing the product, and so on and so forth. More cross borders, even though that might be slowed down a little bit by international politics. I have to say we can see already Europe trying desperately to slow some of those things down, playing on the sustainability point. I think with products coming from essentially China, which are following the EU regulations, which poses some serious safety concerns and valid ones, to be honest. Payments. I've met someone that I know is there. Payments are going to take a huge space, and I think that payments are probably one of the driest piece of tech that you can discuss, but it's also the most exciting, one of the most exciting aspects which are happening at the moment, with a lot of changes and evolutions, a lot of conversion as well, conversion of, I would say, objectives, an everlasting quest of seamlessness, I would say. I think the pinnacle of payments would be the total transparency of them, or let's say the absence of them. We get some hints with the blockchain, with cryptos, with points, rewards, cashback wallets, all of that. I mean, if you take Blue, which I've been helping to launch a couple of years ago from Alfutaim, you already have partnerships which are converting points from one reward program to another one. I was happy to see it was after my time there, but I've seen a partnership recently with MCAN from Emirates, which is doing that. To go back on the marketplace piece, I think it's the one which is going to change quite a lot everyone's life at work, because There is a big piece on value destruction, which is happening on marketplace at the moment, which is the price game, right? And prices are being massively driven down by marketplaces. I've met with Trendyol 2 weeks ago, and they spent $650 million in marketing in the GCC last year in 2014, out of which $500 million were on coupons and discounts. Of course, this is for the sake of acquisition, but that number will go down significantly this year. But nevertheless, it's a lot, and it's a lot of discount. Ultimately, it's impacting brands, products, the value and the perception that people have from those products, because once you educate the customer to buy at a discount, it's very difficult to come back from that. Tech will also play a big role. I think it's been quite some years now that everyone is talking about headless for .com platforms. The adoption is still quite mediocre, and the expertise is scarce, to say the least. Very, very difficult to find experts. Even big companies which have tried to jump into the headless ecosystem are struggling to get this off the ground. There are definitely big advantages. I think the main one is to be tailor-made, not for the company but for the customer. Right? To offer the best, which is not necessarily the most evolved, but what's really adapted to the demand at the end of the day, and that's giving us the possibility to react and adapt quickly to customer demands. Right? Payments, so great payment gateway partners can help facilitating certain integrations. So new payment methods, for example.
You got your task lined up now already.
He's been working on that for quite some time. AI, of course, will play and change the landscape. It already is, actually.
Yeah, no, I think great conversation. But so one side of it is how brands are building it, but you also have your pulse on what customers are wanting, right? So from a customer behavior perspective now, with the entire quick commerce thing happening, customers expecting delivery in minutes, not hours or days. How are you seeing that evolve, and how are you preparing yourself for it?
I think the key is and a lot more companies today are looking for efficiency and profits, right? And that's usually not very compatible with quick commerce. Again, all the quick commerce actors are still benefiting from a lot of investment, and they can allow themselves to spend a lot of money and investing into the tech, because they're essentially other shipping companies or tech companies. I think the only one that's standing out of the lot is actually Talabat, that we spoke about before. They're actually profitable, and they're actually funding a lot of their international activities through Talabat. We need to meet customer demand. The key is to be strategic about it, right? You want to be part of the game, but you don't want to be everywhere if the result is to bleed money just for the sake of occupying the market, right? So the new marketplaces which are coming are not helping. So we have a lot of issues of course, either gray market or counterfeit products as well, which is happening. This is what's still helping the real genuine .com business, because at least you're very sure and certain that you're buying genuine products, even though that line might be blurred by brands operating a marketplace model on their own website or app, right? Which is confusing for the customer who's still not fully used to that, right? So when you used to be a home center customer or Mumsol customer, you are expecting the products to come from those companies, which is not the case anymore, right? Or not only the case anymore. But for brands we operate, like Nike, for example, you buy from Nike, you know those shoes are genuine. On Trendyol, today you have, or used to have, a high percentage of chances to buy counterfeit.
I think one key theme that keeps coming up every time, outside of AI being the buzzword, is also sustainability. I think the brands that you are managing also have a big theme around sustainability and a lot of innovation around it. Any key themes that you are bringing to the region and that you'd like to talk about?
I think that the region doesn't really benefit from a very green reputation. though I tend to differ on a couple of things. A lot of people from Europe would be tempted to say, you have AC during all summer and you live in the desert. And I say, yes, but you have your heater on during winter. So it just doesn't make much difference. But yes, we have more and more customers which are eco-conscious. There is demand. There is also more awareness around the bells and whistles of sustainability. We're seeing that with cars. Electrical cars, for example, at the moment in Europe are getting a double penalty on. First of all, customers understand that the running of the car is green, yes, but the manufacturing of it isn't. The recycling of the batteries isn't, and the process to produce electricity creates other disasters, like reactivating charcoal mines and all of that, which is the worst thing you can do for the environment. Equivalently, people who are into the vegan world and they also now understand a bit more than when you eat almonds and avocado, it might go around the world 3 times over a plane or a ship before reaching your plate. So it's not that sustainable either. For materials, it's too soon to tell for the region. There is definitely an interest out of brands which are from the beginning sustainable brands, and they build their fame around that. For most of the brands that we are selling, there are intent from those brands, but I think it's not. It doesn't make a big difference as of now.
Got it. And so I think just circling back to the consumer part, from a unified commerce perspective, how are you seeing that space evolve? Right, the customers today are shopping in store, they're shopping on your mobile app, on your website, they're shopping on marketplaces, and also on social. How are you seeing that entire ecosystem evolve? Do you think there's enough tech available? Do you think there's opportunity for something to be built there as an innovation?
Yeah, so I think there is more than enough tech available. What is missing is standard. When you ask to 10 different performance or growth marketing directors how they are tracking their investments, they will give you 10 different answers. Multi-touch attribution, what percentage you allocate your first touch point, and the middle one and the last one, MMI, you have just so many things to discuss about. That's one way of measuring, multiple. Then you have the perception of performance marketing people, and you have perception of CEOs and chairmen and all of that, which needs to be a bit more real and concrete. You have the ability to track specifically offline sales, and you have the ability to track accurately as well. Okay, so is it one customer? Is it are there 2 customers? Is it the same? How many phone numbers and email addresses they have? And all of that is quite challenging. And we should at some point trying to go. That's a wish, of course, or probably an utopia, but towards standardization of certain tools and certain protocols to be able to measure that properly. Of course, privacy doesn't help. But as long as customers are giving willingly their details, I mean that's something that still can be.
And I think probably the last question that I had on my mind was, over the next 5 years, what are the top 3 goals that would make you feel that you've achieved what you've set out to?
Achieving a real seamless experience is way more complex than we think, right? Seamless is the absence of friction. So I think the best way to do it is just to break it down. How do you achieve seamless at the channel level? And then how do you achieve seamless across all your channels together, right? So basically, once you have achieved that at the channel level, then how do you make one channel to communicate seamlessly with another one, from your POS to your customer service to your .com to your .com plus your app to your CRM. Really, it's just so nice to be recognized when you pick up the phone and call a customer service, when people are saying your name straight away and you're calling for this order specifically without you having to repeat the same thing over and over. It's already very good. To have the ability to recognize the customer across channels and recommend something, so to add value. because today we're still in 90% of the cases, in 99% of the cases in brick and mortar, where you have a configuration where you walk into the store and people don't know you, right? So I think if we really want to make it happen, we could, what you see in Minority Report with Tom Cruise, the 20-year-old movie when they scan his eyes and recognize him, but not so far off. We could make that happen. It's a matter of privacy and willingness to do it.
Great answer, and thank you very much, Jonathan. We'll open this up to the audience. If there are any questions, anybody would like